Hi, my name is Rhonda Du, and I'm going to be representing the negative side of this argument. I'm going to be refuting the claim that the three strikes law should be revised so that the third strike is a major crime or felony. My opponent mentioned the point that these people are being placed behind bars for an unfair amount of time. However, I think that these people know the consequences of committing the third strike. So their second strike should stand as a fair enough warning so that they wouldn't commit another crime. So yeah, after two chances, the person should realize that they have potential of spending 25 years to life in jail. And Elizabeth Kitchen mentions in her article in the September 2009 issue of Criminal Law that the three strikes law can effectively deter offenders who have had two felony convictions from committing another crime. And also she states that some surveys of district attorneys conducted by Jennifer Walsh of California State University of Los Angeles, for example, suggest that prior strikes might be dismissed in 25% to 45% of third strike cases, resulting in shorter sentences for those offenders. So not all criminals are given an unfair prison sentence. Second, my opponent mentioned that it costs a lot of money to keep these inmates in prison, when in fact the cost of keeping the inmates in prison is not as unnecessarily costly as deemed. Brian Brown shows in his online article published on October 2005 that the budget for CDCR, which is California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, has increased about $3 billion since 1994 to 1995. But much of this growth can be attributed to costs unrelated to the three strikes law, such as increased medical costs and higher number of parole violators returned to prison. It actually benefits communities because the people that are incarcerated for long periods of time under the three strikes law are unable to commit crimes that can potentially result in victim-related government costs. And Greg Jolivet mentioned in his online article that as of December 31st, 2004, there were almost 43,000 inmates serving time in prison under the three strikes law, making up 26% of the total prison population. And as my opponent stated, only 1/4 of the prison population is in there because of the three strikes law, meaning that 75%, which is the majority, is in prison due to other reasons besides the three strikes law. And so, like, regardless, people are going to be in jail, so it's not only based on the three strikes law. And the third point my opponent mentioned is that the current three strikes law encourages people to commit more dangerous crimes. I don't believe this to be true because unless the people with two strikes wish to spend 25 years to life in jail, they would refrain from committing these crimes. And there was a chart online that mentioned that 37% of second strikers commit crimes against persons in their third strike, and 30% of second strikers actually come back to perform property crimes, and 23% of second strikers perform or commit drug crimes in their third strike, and 10% of second strikers commit other crimes in their third strike. So, oh, and also Brian Brown in his online article published in October 2005, he mentioned that second and third strikers whose current offenses are non-serious and non-violent average 4 and 5 prior felony offenses, respectively, compared to 1 prior felony offense on average for the rest of the inmate population. So, in conclusion, the three strikes law should not be revised so that the third strike is a major felony or crime. It should stay as is. Thank you.